Hey guys, Marisa at KitchenTableStamper.com. I have got an awesome project for you, a fantastic special offer for you, and brand new products from Stampin' Up. All right, let's get started here. This is the card we're making. It features the brand new and absolutely amazing Snowfall Thinlits dies. We're going to use this gorgeous 3 1/4 inch snowflake die to make this card. This die set is amazing. It's huge. It includes snowflakes of all different sizes, from that 3 1/4 inch one all the way down to some bitty little 1/2 inch snowflakes. There's some leaves and sprigs and a couple of different floral designs that will make this die set useful to you straight into the summer season. The Snowfall Thinlits dies were introduced November 1st with 2 coordinating stamp sets. The Snow is Glistening stamp set that we're going to use today in the card. It's a amazing winter Christmas stamp set. You've got a Merry Christmas greeting, and also Snowflake is beautiful, sparkling, and special, just like you. So a nice general winter greeting coordinates perfectly with the Snowfall Thinlits. Now, your second stamp set that coordinates with the Snowfall Thinlits is far less winter. It's a more general, broad application of the Snowfall Thinlits dies. The Happiness Surrounds stamp set includes general greetings like congratulations, hello friend, it's your day, surround yourself with happiness, and it has beautiful pieces that can mix and match through winter and spring cards. So if you take a look at this gorgeous stamp set and the Thinlits that coordinate, you'll see that the floral image can be cut out with the framelits. Now, so can this gorgeous little spriggy image. Now, stamped in green and layered with the flower, that looks like leaves, right? But stamped in blue and layered with a snowflake, what a beautiful icy creation that makes, right? Now you can stamp your flower in a gorgeous springy color and then pop this little snowflake out of, say, a yellow or a brown, and look at the gorgeous floral center you have. You can take your snowflakes, cut them out of silver or maybe some glimmer paper, and stamp this beautiful image in blue, layer with a silver snowflake, and look at that. It's an even more beautiful, more intricate snowflake image. Now stamp this little dude here in green and layer it up with a flower, and it's taken you right through summer. All right, so Happiness Surrounds definitely will add a breath of fresh air and life to your Snowfall Thinlits long after the snow has melted. All right, so these products are available right now from Stampin' Up, and they're available November 30th or while supplies last. If you order the Snowfall Thinlits in one or both of the new stamp sets, Happiness Surrounds or Snow is Glistening, at marisaalvarez.stampinup.net, and you use this host code, I'm going to send you this card for free as my thank you gift. All right, so what else do we need to make this card? I have my Lift Me Up stamp set for this love greeting in the little heart, and Up and Away Thinlits dies that has the coordinating framelit to cut that guy out. I've done a couple of things ahead of time from this video, so I've already embossed my cable knit dynamic textured impressions on the Pool Party cardstock. You might like that. This makes a beautiful sidekick to the brand new velveteen paper. So I cut my snowflake from Stampin' Up's new velveteen paper. It's also available as part of the Snowflake Showcase. And if you can see that, it's got a little bit of a soft, fuzzy texture. It's just gorgeous. Maybe you can hear that. And that fuzzy texture and the cable knit emboss are a perfect cozy combination for this card. I've also punched some Designer Series paper. It's the Night of Navy and White stripe piece from Twinkle Twinkle Designer Series paper with a 1 1/4 inch punch. And I've cut some silver foil with the 1 3/8 inch scallop punch. So you'll need those guys. I like to cut the little dovetail end on my greeting banners, and I did that with my tailored tag punch. You'll need that. My Stampin' pads for this project are Petal Pink and Night of Navy. Consumable supplies for this card, and there is a printable project sheet on the blog. Just follow the link below the video if you're on YouTube, and it'll take you right to the post. Once you're on the post, you'll see the embedded video, and the link is directly below the video with the measurements for this. No need to scribble them down frantically now. Print the sheet, it's got everything you need. The Night of Navy cardstock is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Pool Party is embossed with a Textured Impressions Dynamic folder cable knit, and this is 3.5 by 4 3/4. More Twinkle Designer Series paper. This is 1 by 5.5. Whisper White cardstock strip for our greeting. This is 5/8 by 5.5. And I've got a 1 1/4 inch scrap of Petal Pink cardstock. For the inside of my card, I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 Whisper White panel, and then I've got some of that gorgeous velveteen paper. I know that the video is not doing this justice. It's amazing, but you need about 3 3/4 inch wide. 3 3/4 square should be enough to die cut your snowflake. All right, let me grab my Stampin' pads, and we'll get some stamping done before we die cut. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you, I've got my cookie builder punch here too, and that's for a special little surprise on the inside of the card. We'll get there in just a minute. I'm gonna grab my ink pads and my Stampin' Pierce mat, and we'll get stamping. Okay, so I've got my Petal Pink and my Night of Navy ink. I'm gonna ink my little love heart greeting with Petal Pink and stamp it on Petal Pink. We'll set that one aside. Now I'm gonna grab my 5/8 inch strip of cardstock, and I'm going to stamp my greeting for the front of the card here. This is sending a blizzard of wishes for a wonderful season, and we want to stamp this to the right of center. Okay, now for that panel inside the card, we're going to do a little stamping. Well, we've got our Night of Navy ink pad open here. I'm gonna take this gorgeous snowflake image. This is the largest stamped image from the Snow is Glistening set. We're gonna stamp that right in the corner. Then we'll take the little blizzard image here. It's a little flurry of snowflakes. We're gonna stamp them off the upper right. And then down off the bottom here. Then we'll take the little snowflake dude and we're gonna stamp him in the corner too. All right, so we've filled in that corner with a little mini blizzard. Isn't that pretty? All right, it's gonna get even better, I promise. Just a minute. All right, I'm gonna clear away the ink pads and the Stampin' Pierce mat, grab the Big Shot. Okay, I've got my Big Shot here, and I'm going to pop my snowflake die all the way to the very edge of this velveteen paper. We want to get the best possible use out of this paper. We're gonna save every bit of this paper because those bitty little dies from the Snowfall Thinlits will make gorgeous embellishments for other cards. So we'll keep every little scrap of this paper and cut those tiny snowflakes out of the scraps before we throw it away. All right, we're also using our little framelit to cut out that love and the little heart. Of course, you can substitute that little heart out for anything that you have. And I'm gonna run this through the Big Shot, forward and back. Okay, so we're back out the same way that we came in. And watch this, I'm just gonna pull away the velveteen paper here. See, it all just came right out of the die, so easy. Now, this is kind of a scallop shape in the center, so you don't want to try to tear down any of these. It's just going to pop out. And you'll see it's kind of scallop shaped with little, and this is all one piece here. Now I'm going to grab my die brush and my take your pick tool, pop that dude out, get rid of the big shot, and we'll get this snowflake all cleaned up. Okay, so I've got my die brush here, and I'm just going to brush my velveteen paper and get all those little details cleared. And you see as I brush, they just kind of stick in the mat here. I love the die brush, keeps the mess all contained. And I'll just brush back and forth with medium pressure. Now, any that are stuck in there, I will just give them a little push with my take your pick tool. See how they just pop right out? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clear these out, and I'll be right back. My snowflake is all cleared out with the help of the die brush and the take your pick tool. Let me get these out of here. And we bring in our card base. We're gonna adhere some of these layers together now. All right, I've got some fast views. You can grab your snail for this. I'm going to take my embossed panel and adhere it centered on the card. Let's make sure I got the fold up. It's so beautiful. I love that texture. So cozy. Now, the Twinkle Twinkle Designer Series paper. I'm going to adhere that on the card about an inch from the bottom, I'd say, all the way across. Now we can go ahead and add some adhesive to the center of the snowflake. I did not, in my sample, glue down this beautiful paper. It's sturdy, it's cozy, everybody's gonna wanna pet it. So I just glued the center down and let the snowflake kind of float free. And for positioning, I made sure that the snowflake was all the way on the left of the card. We don't want it hanging off the edge. And I made sure that the arms of the snowflake here span the entire pool party layer. Adhere that down. Now let's grab a little bit of snail or fast fuse and put together our foil scallop and our designer series paper circle. And then this adorable little heart that we die cut. Let's grab a couple of mini dimensionals, add them to the back of the heart, and then we'll pop that right up on the designer series paper. Now hold off for just a second. Let's grab our greeting, and we're going to audition this. Now, I think my greeting's just a little bit long, so I'm gonna cut about an inch off of the end here. Okay, now I love that placement. Let me grab my tailored tag, and I'm going to dovetail the end. So I like to put that in. When I see my greeting, I back it out. That way I know the position I'm cutting is good. We're cutting right here to make that dovetail. You can use the parallel lines inside the punch as guides to help you get good placement. And there we go. Let's adhere our sentiment. Now, let's get the sample in here. I've overlapped the sentiment on the designer series paper just a little bit. What we want to do is make sure that we're not covering our greeting when we add our little embellishments. So I got to slide my sentiment down just a little bit and then burnish that down. Let's adhere our little heart medallion in the center of the snowflake. Don't overlap your greeting. So cute. Now for the inside of our card, let's go ahead and adhere that stamped panel. Get the sample back in here so you can see inside and outside view. All right, now for a fun little surprise, hold on to that little scrap of petal pink you got there. Grab your cookie builder punch, and we're going to punch that bitty little heart from the cookie builder. Now, you can substitute another little bitty heart if you've got one, that's fine. We're gonna do a bit of multi-purpose liquid glue, just the tiniest little drop in the center of the snowflake. There's my bitty little heart from the cookie builder. And take your pick tool and at the putty end, just pick up the heart, drop it right down in the glue there. And then if anything smooshes out, you can use your piercer end to just swipe it away. So there's a little heart. Isn't that sweet? I told you it'd be a fun surprise. Now, before we call it quits, let's grab a little Inca Stella and give that heart just a bit of shimmer. Ooh, it just adds such detail. So there's the inside of our card and the outside. Here's the host code. Order the Snowfall Thinlits and either or both the snow is glistening or happiness surrounds using this host code at marisaalvarez.stampinup.net, and I'll send you this card as my thank you gift. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions about the product, the project, Stampin' Up, if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, email me, marisa@kitchentablestamper.com. Thanks for watching.